ReplaySportsCards.com.
Now in stock at Tommy Otto's.
2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude. Luxury at a value price. $13,995 or a 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport with one owner. Sporty and affordable. $11,995 at Tommy Otto's.
Buy here, pay here. Financing options available. Everyone is approved. Tommy Otto's, 2209 West 15th Street, Panama City. 850-960-8664. For the latest deals and specials, follow Tommy Otto's on Facebook. Add tag, tax, and title.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Your daughter doesn't want to talk about why her room is a horrible mess. Your son doesn't want to talk about why he's wearing mismatching socks. Your spouse doesn't want to talk about their bad haircut. Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk to plan for an emergency. Pack basic supplies in a go bag: water, canned food, flashlights, batteries, medical supplies, IDs, and some cash. Talk about where you'll meet in case you lose one another. And of course, don't forget to pack the dog treats. Talk to your family and make an emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 to make your family's emergency plan. Brought to you by New York City Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX New powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And we're taking the inside drive with Ryan Mulvey.
I love it.
Broadcasting from the Golf Plus studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. They say it's like riding a bike, so I'm jumping on with both feet today. Great to be back in studio. Want to give a huge shout out to all the people that helped kind of keep it going while we were over there in Jacksonville. And, appreciate it. Appreciate James, appreciate Paul, and David. Appreciate you very, very much. We were over there for what felt like eternity and just got back yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything that we did over there pays off in the long run. Hopefully it does. But, man, again, the support and love from all you wonderful people here in Bay County and beyond goes such a long, long way. And I was telling David before the show, when you're in a place like that, you see kids, toddlers that should have no business being in a facility like that, and your heart hurts for them. Obviously, you're dealing with a situation yourself, but at the same time, I'm a grown adult. I know how to process. I know how to handle this stuff. But, there's a little boy in there that I saw twice. He was sweet as can be, just talked your head off. So nice. He's from Australia.
Wow.
They've been all around the world trying to find therapies that can help him. They've been doing trials, all sorts of stuff. And just to see how tough and brave these young kids are, it just, kind of really puts things in perspective. Those kids have no business. They should be out having fun with their friends in summertime. Now it's not summer school yet in Australia, but saw, one of those little kids trying to learn how to walk, and they have a whole kid section there. It's just, man, it's just absolutely brutal. And you know what? F cancer to the 100,000th degree. Hopefully we can make some stuff happen and find some cures for these awful, awful, awful diseases. So I just wanted to say that real quick before we jumped into everything. But again, also want to thank everybody for voting the Inside Drive right here, Best of Bay. Obviously, I was gone the entire time that voting was going on, which kind of sucked. But at the same time, I was pushing it out there on Facebook. So all that voted, we appreciate it very, very much. I know it's sometime in kind of early-ish July that they'll reveal all the winners. So I'm looking forward to seeing if at least one of the shows here on ESPN Northwest Florida can make another win in the Best of Bay competition. You are listening to ESPN Northwest Florida 104.3 here in Panama City and Panama City Beach, 101 or in Panama City Beach. Look at that. I almost
when you're riding the bike, right? Sometimes
you want to shift
your foot will slip a little bit off the pedal. So yeah, right there. It's so funny.
Reeled it in though.
Yeah, you did. When you mentioned riding the bike last night, I watched this video. This lady has a daughter, and the daughter's blind, and she got her a bike, and they went to a park, and she had, like, this mechanism on the bike that would beep on the bike that the mom was riding, so it would, like, show the girl.
She could kind of follow the sound.
Not show, but yes, exactly. So I thought that was really cool, and it made me think of that whenever
that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, there's lots of different ways. I mean, technology, all that stuff. But yeah, you can also download our free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. All you got to do there is search 104.3. It'll pop up right there for you. We're getting ever so closer to college and NFL football season, and that only means one thing. You need to download Lucid Streams Scorpion TV. Slipped off that bike just a little bit. I was like, hopefully we're still living. And then I said the wrong one, of course. But just head over to ESPNPC.com. At the top of the page, you'll see the link. Sign up for Scorpion TV. It's only $44.99 a month using $41.99.
Hey, we're gonna get back to our hand signals working, baby.
Yeah, it'll be good. $41.99 a month for all those channels, all those sporting events. You cannot beat that. All you got to do is head over to ESPNPC.com, click that Scorpion TV link, use code ESPNNW. $41.99 a month. That's unbelievable for the amount of sports that you'll get to watch.
Can't even buy a TV for that price.
That's true. That's true. I was telling you about this. Our first part of the trip, my parents came down. Ryan was with us. The dogs were with us too, which was awesome. We hadn't done that forever, so that was a really good time. And then the second part of the trip, obviously we're trying to save as much money as we can. We appreciate everybody that's helped out. We were staying in a one-bedroom apartment with Liam, who doesn't ever stop talking. Which is great because he's, he doesn't do that out in public. It's really just with us. But craziest thing, in the one bedroom, did not have a TV. I just don't understand that at all. Needless to say, we went out and found the smallest, cheapest TV we could. Obviously, we brought it back with us, but yeah, wild stuff. In this day and age, not having, so we got they didn't even have anything to put it on.
Yeah.
So we got the ironing board out and put it on the ironing board. I felt a little bit like Jay in that situation.
He was leaned up against the wall.
Luckily, I was able to install the legs on it, but it's the only TV I have with legs on it. But
oh man,
wild stuff.
Was it very dark in the room, like the one bedroom apartment? Was it?
Yeah, it was like the place was called the Hacienda Club.
Oh,
kind of fitted with my haircut that I got.
Living it up down there.
I know, I was.
Surprised you didn't come in saying hola.
I should have. Hola, ese.
Well, the reason why I asked if it was dark in there is because maybe that's where Aaron Rodgers does his darkness retreat, because you can't have a TV in something that you're.
That's true. That's true.
In a darkness.
Didn't see any ayahuasca laying around anywhere, but
he probably keeps that with him.
I would think so.
Yeah,
I would think so. With everything going on there, I mean, some of that stuff may not be out of the realm of things to try when you're going through as much as we are. But
that's a good point.
Not here in the States, but you can head on down to Costa Rica, I believe, and go on a little ayahuasca retreat.
I've also been hearing about this other one you've probably heard of, it, Ibogaine or whatever. Ibogaine.
I have seen that.
I guess it's like the same premise.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know a ton about it, but there's a lot of those kind of natural things out there that kind of can certainly help if I think if you open your mind and let it help, because the pharmaceutical world that we live in is a money driven Just like anything else.
Yeah, I
war,
mean, it's just-
pharmacy stuff. It's just all the two biggest businesses in the world are war and pharmaceuticals, and I am living in that pharmaceutical world right now. But a lot of stuff, we just read about something too from what's that? What's the hospital? Sinai, Mount Sinai, Cedar Sinai, one of those ones in New York that they kind of figured out they're working on some things to penetrate that stupid blood-brain barrier. So staying patient, doing all the normal stuff, and just hopeful and praying that something will come out that can help not only me, but all these people out there dealing with these awful, awful diseases.
I think that's what's so insane. If I could share this perspective about all the perspective that you've gained through this, you know what I mean? I have no idea about. I can't get into your mind and see all the perspective, but I talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And I hear the things that you're talking about. It's so wild to me that you go into something with dealing with cancer where it's obviously you and everyone else who's in your support, in your circle, it affects them as well. But you're going through something that is potentially taking your life away, and you come out of that situation not more worried about yourself, not thinking about yourself more, but like, yes, not woe is me, but I'm dealing with this, but look at them, look at that, look at, you know what I'm saying? If I could say just wow about you, man, and your family first and foremost. Just so glad to have you back, of course, but seeing your fight and then seeing just who you are as a human being is humanity is not as bad as what people put it out there to be.
I think Luke Bryan wrote a song about that. All people are not. I should know.
People are crazy. No, that's Billy Currington.
God. I believe most people are good. I think that's the name of the song, and that's probably true. It's just we live in the negativity of the modern media, whatever you want to call it. But I believe that's a good one. That is for sure. While you're looking that up, we got 59 days, 12 hours, 50 minutes, and 54 seconds till the college football kickoff. That's August 23rd, the week 0 action, and obviously the big action kind of gets kicked off on week 1.
I was about to say, I had about 7 more days of that for me. Of course, I'm excited about week 0.
Yeah.
But even after yesterday, I am even more so excited about August 30th.
No doubt. Little Bama FSU action getting the season kicked off. No pun intended. Did you find those lyrics?
Oh, well, it is. Most people are good. I didn't know we were looking up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah,
I believe most people are good. I believe streets of gold are worth the work.
There you go.
Neither here nor there.
There you go. NFL side of things, which I know we are, especially I am very excited about. NFL is just, I love college football, but I grew up NFL. NFL is kind of my wheelhouse. 71 days, 12 hours, 49 minutes, and 58 seconds till that September 4th kickoff. And Max, I'm glad you wore your Indiana shirt today because
there you go Hally.
We may or may not be picking an SEC win-loss schedule and a Big Ten win-loss schedule later on today in the show. And one of those teams is going to be your Indiana Hoosiers.
Love it.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Excellent.
Great to be here.
Great to have you here. That is for sure.
I'm sure you're happy to be home, too.
Yes, happy to be home indeed. And looking forward to doing some radio this week and jumping back into it next week after Monday, as we got to go back away for the weekend, but that is neither here nor there. Max, Allegiant Lending, tell us about it.
Yeah, great company. 850-565-1160. We do wholesale mortgage lending, condos, single-family homes, second homes, mobile homes, you name it. No land, though. Juice isn't worth the squeeze. So.
Juice isn't worth the squeeze.
I love that. Yes. Bro, you're looking swole over there.
Thanks. Wow.
Yes, sir.
I'll Venmo you later.
Well, that was the whole, a couple of weeks ago, maybe months ago, you started off with the hostility and everything. So now we're just getting in. We're skipping that and we're going straight into the compliments, baby.
There you go. I mean,
I'll hang out with you anytime.
Yeah, there's room behind the glass for you there, Max, if you want to jump back.
Set a mic up back here, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. But countdowns were getting ever so closer. There was something too. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not. I believe you shared it yesterday on Facebook for some condo stuff. Our governor signed something. Gotcha.
Some people are a little frustrated by that, but it makes sense because it's hard to fulfill reserves in a budget in such a short term, and you have to charge assessments to all the owners, and that's never a good process. It's never easy to deliver the news that you're raising HOA. But yeah, it's all good things. It shouldn't be, a political thing one way or the other. It should be pretty bipartisan. That it's just something that needs to happen. And it was a tragic situation in Miami, of course.
Yes.
But it'll all be for the best in the long run, and it makes things a lot more transparent for condo owners, which is crazy. I didn't know that wasn't already mandated, that the records had to be available if you lived in a condo.
Oh, really?
That's something that's new. Like
So they just hide them from you?
Yeah, like you have to go through all these channels.
That's wild. Well, I do know the channels because sometimes when you're trying to get HOA budgets and stuff like that, I know Beth is on the phone with a lot of different people trying to track that down. But now, sounds like it'll be a lot easier to get to when that is officially. I don't know if I'm going to talk sports in this first segment. Have you guys ever eaten at one of those Brazilian steakhouses?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
it sounds amazing. Would you just break it up like that? You're just like, oh.
Yeah. So our final night there, we went and ate there to kind of, celebrate a little bit of being done and all that stuff, even though I had one more treatment the next morning, but it was early. But it just kind of, I think I'd been one when I was like young, but I don't really remember it. So it's basically, David, you go to like this little, like, I don't want to say buffet. It's like a salad type bar with some other things before they bring out the meat. And then what they do is you have a little button on your thing. It either says no or yes. And if it says yes, they keep coming around and asking you if you want whatever particular type of meat it is.
Do they like keep track of how much you're getting?
No. It's like a free-for-all. But
That's awesome.
The funny thing is, like, there's different cuts of meat. There's different types of protein. Like, one guy's got lamb, the other guy's got chicken, and then there's a bunch of guys that have different types of steak. So I was kind of thinking while we were there that, when they're back in the kitchen or wherever they're getting this stuff from, how are they deciding who gets what? Because there's a lot of people I'm like, no, I'm good. But then, you got the guy who gets to choose the filet? Who gets to choose the nice cuts of meat? Are they back there doing like rock, paper, scissors and stuff like that? Because, and you feel almost guilty when you say no. They're like, do you want this lamb chop? And it's like, not really a big lamb guy, so no.
8 pounds of lamb.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just thought it was a very interesting way to serve food.
I always wondered that too, because like you feel bad, especially if it's like a more tender cut. It takes longer for them to cut it. You're just watching.
Yep. And then you use your little tongy things to grab it.
Yes. The finer things.
Yes, the finer things, the little tongs to grab the meat. But yeah, no, just thought that was a interesting thing, how they decide who gets to do what on the meat carving situation. I wanted to, we only got about 5 minutes, which is plenty of time, but I want to have David play a clip from both Kevin Shaw and another gentleman kind of talking about, because I haven't had a chance, obviously, to talk about Coastal Carolina's run to the College World Series final, and this is kind of recapping, from Shaw's perspective.
So I did some digging into Kellen Levy. He is the umpire that claimed that he was bumped by the Coastal Carolina manager.
Umpire throws Kevin Shaw out of this game, and down goes an umpire who had come in.
There was no bump. He was embarrassed, immediately goes 2-game suspension. I shouldn't be held accountable for a grown man's athleticism.
Out of this game, and
for years, people have been complaining about this umpire. This is the worst call, and he needs to take a seat. It's Kellen. I literally cringe when I see his name. He's previously called that a strike. Vols fans might remember him for being behind the plate a couple years ago.
If you see the picture, it's a really bad pitch that was called a strike.
It's terrible.
Yeah, so you've seen that pitch?
Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah.
Argue balls and strikes, then quite honestly, you should throw everybody out of the game the entire time.
If you are putting that person that cannot handle his temper, that cannot handle criticism, that can't handle the game itself, then get him out of the College World Series. Coastal Carolina, coming into today, played 68 games, and they tossed them both in the first inning. Thin-skinned. And it's funny I use that term because the home plate umpire, Angel Campos is a former Major League Baseball umpire who got canned, known for a history of quick ejections and a reputation for a volatile strike zone. If you go to Campos's Wikipedia, there's literally examples for him quickly ejecting and tossing out multiple Major League Baseball players. So then the College World Series was like, hey, let's hire him.
Yeah, and again, would it have changed the outcome of the game? LSU's pitchers were dealing, but at the same time, you don't know if it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game. So I'm not saying LSU didn't deserve to win the College World Series. I just would have liked to see that not happen.
Yeah, and it does just kind of suck because, like, that's such a frugal thing or like finicky thing to be.
Well, and there's
hiring.
a million LSU fans in the crowd yelling. It was basically a home series for LSU.
Right.
He did not hear the warning. And if you don't hear the warning, you're not going to step back. And I feel like it's the ump's responsibility to make sure. It could have just been handled so differently. It was so frustrating.
Didn't he say that he shouldn't be punished for an ump's lack of athleticism?
That was on the clip.
Yeah, sorry.
For the first base umpire
because he
falling.
tripped over the other guy's shoe.
And he was embarrassed. So he was like, "You pushed me. You're out."
Yeah.
So he's not going to be coaching the first 2 games of next season, which is just wild to me. I'm sure it won't be a mega series, but Coastal plays a lot of big series in February. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just, if you get fired from Major League Baseball for not being a good umpire, you shouldn't then go down and ump in the highest level of college baseball.
Right.
In my opinion, whether that's right or wrong.
Or probably in Division I college baseball.
Period.
And respectfully, probably that's a good Division III umpire right there.
Yeah, no doubt. But
I don't know, because my thing is if you're thin-skinned, like, you probably shouldn't be umpiring.
You shouldn't be officiating
regardless.
any sport.
I'll also say too, though, I'm not a big fan of Schnall doing that in the first inning. Balls and strikes in the first inning. There's something there's not coming out of the dugout about it at that point.
Yeah.
Because if he would have waited till the 7th inning to do that, that could have been a difference in the spark for Coastal Carolina. Because I don't think it was a spark. I don't think anything about that was positive for Coastal Carolina, because now you're talking about, instead of possibly 3 innings of Oxendine being the acting head coach, you're talking about an entire ball game, and that also is in the back of the mind of the players.
That's true. I kind of liked it because, I mean, clearly he did his research on the ump before the game.
Yeah.
And I think, I know it's hard in the heat of the moment, but I think he's a little calculated enough to be like, hey, I'm going to go out there and set the tone early that we got to get this zone
Well, and
under
I think,
control.
too, he said whether he actually did or not, he did not hear the warning when he was asking about them, and then he kind of came out to what he said was to try to clarify things, and that's why he was holding up the 3 fingers. It's like, you missed 3 already in this game. And I think he missed some calls in the top, too, when Coastal was pitching. So the whole College World Series, the strike zone just seemed like it moved all
consistently.
Yeah, all games, every game out there. There was just a lot that were interesting, and you just hope it wasn't calculated or anything like that.
I feel like baseball and basketball referees, umpires just have like the thinnest skin now out of any of the sports. I feel like hockey, they take it a good bit.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to.
They have to. Same with NFL, though, too. Like, when all those guys, like, the biggest guys in the world are yelling at you, I'd be like, dude, yeah, fine, you're right.
Well, I mean, I guess that comes with the territory.
Yeah,
but
you have to, because I guess you just have to have thicker skin to deal with that. But, I mean, there's some heavier
You
senses.
also have to have a little self-awareness, too, of, like, the situation. That's where I
game
have...
2, elimination for Coastal, like, come on.
First inning, like, and then the LSU fans are just so fired up after that, and I don't know. It was tough to watch, but kudos to my Chanticleers for an amazing season. Kevin Shaw's first season as a head coach, and kind of what's ironic is, who's LSU's head coach?
Jay Johnson.
Jay Johnson was Arizona's head coach in his first year when Coastal beat them in 2016, so now it's kind of like the shoes on the other foot. Kevin Shaw's first season with Coastal Carolina, he makes it to the finals, and it loses to Jay Johnson. There's just some irony there for me. But College World Series, man, was so much fun to watch. I love college baseball because they're not perfect. They make mistakes, and it ends up being part of the game. So you just never know when this parity is going to happen. And there were so many late game comebacks and all that stuff. I was kind of bummed I was on the road the entire time it was going on, and really Beth probably tired of me talking about the College World Series. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we get back, we'll be joined by Doc A, Steve Alexander, and get his thoughts on the NBA Finals and what's in store for next season. You're listening to Inside Drive here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
The Atlanta Braves are ready to do some damage. Tonight, it's Game 2 of 4. The Atlanta Braves stop at Citi Field to play the New York Mets. Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, and Ozuna are bringing heavy lumber. Coverage coming up at 6. First pitch at 6:10 on your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Tuesday. A chance of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine this afternoon and evening with a wind coming out of the south-southwest around 10 miles per hour and the high of 91. Tonight, look for a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 90 and some sun in the morning, but otherwise scattered thunderstorms. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When you bring your vehicle to Panama City Toyota for repairs or maintenance, you'll get the warmest welcome around.
That's because we see service differently.
It's not only an expert team that can help with everything, from simple adjustments to a new set of tires. It's also a team that values your time, so we make your experience as quick and comfortable as possible. Because we're committed to service that goes beyond. Only at Panama City Toyota.
Experience a higher level of service. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven for over 32 years. David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Klinger, names you've known and trusted in PCB for years with your fine jewelry and watch needs. Find that one-of-a-kind engagement ring, that special anniversary gift, or something colorful just for you. Amber and Russ will find it or build it for you. Serving Bay County and beyond in Lynn Haven at the corner of Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
Broadcasting from the Gulf, it's the Inside Drive. And now,
Doctor, my eyes.
Doc A joins the Inside Drive. It's just what the doctor orders.
Oh, doctor!
Talk to your doctor before use.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. It's my good friend. I've been kind of talking to him on and off since I've been gone, but I am excited to have him join us on the show today. Steve Alexander, but we call him Doc A. Doc, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Welcome back.
Thank you. It is great to be back here in the studio. Obviously, the NBA season now is officially over. You called it, though, to start the beginning of the season. You said OKC was going to win it all. It came at the expense of your Indiana Pacers. But where do both teams kind of go from here now that OKC has got that title and Indiana's kind of got to figure out what next season looks like?
Well, Indiana, kind of like the Boston Celtics, is going to be without their best player pretty much all of the next season. So
yeah,
Tyrese Haliburton and Jason Tatum both blew out their Achilles. The Celtics, I think, are blowing up the team and starting over. But that has nothing to do with what Indiana and Oklahoma City are going to do. The Thunder are going to try. They're getting this Topic kid that's never played an NBA game next year. They've got more draft picks coming in a couple of days, and they're going to try to build a dynasty. And, I've been kind of saying it's destiny versus dynasty in these finals, and a few people were like, well, you can't call Oklahoma City a dynasty because they haven't won anything. Well, now they have. And they're probably going to be the favorite to win in the West again next year. As far as the Pacers go, I mean, this is really a heartbreaking scenario because, Tyrese Haliburton was the heart of that team, the leader of the team, and see him go down like that, it was just sad. I don't think that the Pacers had plans to do anything drastic over the summer before he got hurt, so I doubt him being injured changes too much. And as we saw in the finals, they do have a pretty adequate backup point guard in T.J. McConnell, who set all kinds of finals records and really was a spark for that team. So I don't think the Pacers have a chance at getting back to the finals next year without Haliburton.
Yeah, that's certainly fair. Number 0. It's so weird saying number 0. You already mentioned Tatum. We know about Haliburton, but Dame Lillard also popped his Achilles tendon this season, all wearing number 0. Wild coincidence, or is the number 0 cursed?
crazy, isn't it?
That's wild. There's been so many Achilles tears on throughout sports the last 12, 18 months.
Yeah, and it's interesting because guys didn't really tear their Achilles. They were wearing really crappy shoes in the 80s. It's interesting that we're seeing more of this now than we used to. But the fact they all wear number 0 is just a weird coincidence.
For sure.
But it is very, very weird. I think the more telling thing is how many of them had calf injuries.
Yeah.
And then went down and tore their Achilles while they were playing through a calf injury. I think that that has a little more science behind it than the jersey number they were wearing.
No doubt. They obviously Halliburton was playing through that calf strain, and it's like when your calf's not completely solid and ready, it compromises the Achilles tendon because that's what connects your calf to basically your ankle. But yeah, just watching those pop is just awful to think about. And
That ripple effect, like all the way from the Achilles all the way up the calf.
Just rolls up.
I was watching Golic and Golic last night after one of the ball games, and which I love that show, by the way. It's so cool hearing him say "Dad" over and over again. I love that.
Yeah.
Anyways, they had mentioned Golic Jr. had mentioned how annoying or aggravating, frustrating it was to watch that over and over again. And then on their show, they show it over and over again. I'm like, what in the world?
Yes.
Hey, Doc, do you have any questions about Miles Turner?
No.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask you, what do the Pacers, he's in the free agent year right now, or he's going into free agency with Halliburton missing next year. Do the Pacers try to re-sign Miles Turner, or do they part ways and give him an opportunity to chase a chip next year?
It's interesting because, 3 years ago, all you heard about was, the Pacers are going to trade Miles Turner. Miles Turner, really didn't seem like he was that wanted or loved in Indiana. And now I feel like that's done a complete 180. And now, that's his team. Everybody loves Miles Turner. And I think before the Tyrese injury, they were going to re-sign Miles Turner for sure. Now, I think it clouds up the water a little bit, but I still feel like he's going to be a Pacer. I don't know.
I like it, man. It's tough because after it's just. What do you think this year? Is it going to be a gap year, or are they going to? What does do? Because they don't really have money on the books outside of for Miles Turner to go make any sort of splash signing, right?
I'm a fantasy guy. I'm not the big money guy, but I believe that's correct. Yeah. So I don't know. It may come down to Rick Carlisle and Tyrese Halliburton getting with the owners and Herb Simon and working it out. I don't know which way they're going to go.
Doc A, some trades going down in recent times. We'll start with the Drew Holiday trade that broke this morning. Does that affect the Celtics' chances next year with Tatum likely being out for the majority of the season?
Well, yeah, Tatum's out for the year. We're probably never going to see the same. Now we know we're not going to because Drew Holiday's no longer a part of it. There's been a lot of talk about the Celtics blowing it up this summer and really kind of starting over. And I think if I was them, I would do a rebuild just around Derek White. He'd be the only guy that I would refuse to lose because I think Derek White might be the most underrated player in the NBA. But, Drew Holiday has really fallen off a cliff over the last couple seasons. He used to be really good. He was one of the best defenders in the league. He was always a good offensive player, and he was a really good point guard. But he's just sort of really taken a step back since he played with Giannis in Milwaukee. So he's going to Portland. They're a mess. They're constantly in a rebuild in Portland. So, and he's beyond his prime. Like, he's just on the downside of his career. So I don't know what it really does for Portland. And then you've got Anthony Simons going to the Celtics, and he's a good offensive player. but without Jason Tatum, I just don't see how the Celtics, they're the same boat as the Pacers.
It just shows you how quickly one big injury can affect your trajectory of your franchise.
Hey, Doc, it's Max Delyden. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. I had a question for you, too. Well, one, I'm not a big Anthony Simons believer. I don't know why. Like, we all keep pretending he's really good. But anyway, I know it kind of came full circle, too, since Drew got rerouted from Portland a couple years ago in that massive deal with the Bucks and everyone. But what are your thoughts on the KD trade, and do you think the Rockets gave up too much, or do you think the price was just about right on this one?
All these trades that are going down, the only thing they do for me is make me realize how dumb the Luka Doncic trade was, and how Dallas didn't get 5 number one. I just can't believe they didn't get a bunch of picks back. I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Durant going to Houston. I feel like the last few teams he's been on, they have not been good situations, and of course everybody calls him a ring chaser, and now he's completed the rainbow of colors and all that stuff. But I just hope he doesn't mess up the young, fun situation we had brewing in Houston, because I always call Houston, Oklahoma City light, and 2 years from now, I think Houston's going to be right where Oklahoma City is now. And they just got rid of Jalen Green, who is he's not a superstar, but he's got star potential. And there's arguments out there about whether Jalen Green is actually a very good basketball player, or if he actually does more harm than good. So maybe Ime Udoka is like, yeah, I can live without Jalen Green, but at least he kept Amen Thompson. That's the big one that everybody's excited about for next year. But Houston's going to be really good. I mean, if you go out and you get KD at 37, I think, years old, that is a win now scenario. So they're going to be going all in, trying to win it all this year.
Yeah, no doubt. With all that being said, talking about the Celtics, the Pacers, the Rockets on the up and up, who are your way too early favorites to make it to the NBA Finals next year, given that the typical powerhouses kind of seem to be sliding down a little bit?
Yeah, I think I'm contractually obligated to go with Oklahoma City again. So I will take them in the West. I will take them to win it all. Who's coming out of the East? Man?
Yeah, that's the big question.
I think that's going to depend on who makes the biggest trade, I think, because Dame Lillard's down for the Bucks, so you can kind of, I think, take them out of the equation. You got Halliburton down, that takes Indiana out. You got Tatum down, that takes Boston out. What does that really leave you with? The Heat, the Knicks, but I don't really trust either one of those teams either.
Could have a fun run by the Magic.
Ooh, our affiliate, or whatever we are with them.
Yes. What did the Magic do last week? They did something.
Desmond Bane.
Right? Yeah, they got Desmond Bane from Memphis.
Underrated.
And, that gives them a three-headed monster with Paulo, Franz, and Desmond Bane. I can't believe I couldn't come up with his name, but it's been like 8 days. I've slept since then. So Desmond Bane, though, is a great offensive player, one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And the Magic are built on defense. So they've got a good combination of offense and defense. Paulo should be hitting his prime this year. Yeah, You know what? I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic. You talked me into it.
There you go. There you go.
That'll be fun.
It'll be a good time, and I'm sure we'll be sending some more people next year to another Orlando Magic game there in the Kia Center. Doc, kind of a personal-ish question. You know, obviously you do the podcast on Sports Ethos with Rick Kamla. What is the summer like now that the NBA season is over? What does the summer look like for you from the podcasting side of things as you approach the start of the new season in October?
Yeah, we're still going 4 or 5 days a week. We're 2 shows on Mondays, 2 shows on Wednesdays, and a show on Friday. So we're still
rolling.
taking them out. Although we are taking the week off. Starting this weekend, we're going to go. My grandson, one of my grandsons, lives in Japan.
Ooh.
But my son's wife and the grandbaby are going to be in North Carolina, so we're going to go hang out with them for a couple days.
Nice. We'll maybe make the trip over to Japan at some point. That'd be fun. I'd like to get to Japan.
Let's talk about that, but it's as you know, there's appointments and whatnot that make that kind of tough.
Yes, scheduling things out in advance is not really on the table anymore.
Not really our thing anymore.
Yes, absolutely. I saw you encountered Wagon Wheel again. It just seems to be, it's either you or just the most overplayed bar song in the history of time. I can't figure out which. Maybe a combination of both.
Well, it's funny now because even if I don't hear it in a restaurant, somebody sends me a live version of Wagon Wheel almost every day. I'll get one on Facebook Messenger, one on a text, and then I'll get a comment on Facebook or something. It's wild that I never imagined that I was going to become the Wagon Wheel guy.
Yes, the Wagon Wheel guy, indeed. We need to reach out to Darius and see if we can't get him to do a private concert for you, given how much you hear that song. Max, fun fact, that music video, they had a music video with, was shot at Coastal Carolina University.
Was it really?
It was.
Wow, cheating on his Gamecocks.
And then Campos came out there and started throwing everyone out of the music video.
Threw everybody out of the music video. No, that's he was cheating on the Gamecocks, that's for sure. But you know, he's got Monday After the Masters over there in North Myrtle Beach, so he's always had a lot of ties. And plus, we're the best baseball school in the state of South Carolina, so he should shoot a music video there.
This guy drives so many people in South Carolina nuts.
Well, Clemson and South Carolina had its time. They went back to back. I don't remember when that was. I think in the early 2000s. And Clemson used to be a baseball powerhouse, but the Chanticleers are here to stay. And
people probably don't know this, but you and I were each other's psychotherapists last week. I think with the Pacers loss and with Coastal Carolina going down, you and I were. I think we were both pulling for each other's team.
Oh, no doubt.
And neither one of us really turned out to be a very good luck charm.
No, that's for sure. And both kind of had crazy scenarios that happened, obviously, with the Achilles tear, and then Shaw and their first base coach getting thrown out in the bottom of the first of Game 2 of the College World Series. Doc, we appreciate your time as always. Look forward to talking to you as long as you're willing to stay with us on Tuesdays going forward. We'll keep chatting about whatever you want to talk about. I'm sure there'll be a lot of NBA news over the next couple weeks with off-season action going down. Again, appreciate your time. Always great to talk to you, my friend, and look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right, take care. That's Doc A. You can follow him on Twitter /X, Doctora. That's DOCKTORA. 2 podcasts. That's impressive. I don't know what he talks about. That's why I was asking him what he talks about. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe
does he gamble too, or just fantasy sports?
He does. He's a fantasy sports guy, but he does what's the legal thing you can do in Georgia,
Prize Picks or something.
Prize Picks, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if that's the one he uses where I think you can just bet on overs and player props and stuff like that.
I think they all have to be parlays on Prize Picks.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah. What a great business model.
It's a great business model.
You know, when Hard Rock first started and then they went away for a little bit, I out on Prize Picks for a little bit.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Hard Rock seems like it's here to stay. It's had a good run.
So like what, 2050 something?
Yeah, 2056, I believe, is the
Battle of the Bets, though. They changed the format to bogus.
Did I tell you I got in trouble one time with Battle of the Bets?
No.
Because I had done it once. We'll take a break here in a second. I had done it once where I bet all, however many selections there were. I put $1 on each one, and I had won, and they paid me the bonus bet, and then I did it again and won again, and then they said, no bonus bet for you. So I emailed them, and they wrote me back. I didn't tell them about the other time because, I didn't get in trouble.
Wasn't trying to be too much integrity there.
But yeah, now it's like almost near impossible. Like, who's winning the bonus bets now? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'll check out the bonus bet that's
not
going
my
on
battle
to-
bets.
Yeah, that's
Big Battle Bets, great again.
It was fun.
Yeah. MBBGA. I like it. We got to take a quick break. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Celebrating 2 years of broadcasting history.
I told you this would work.
It's the Best of Bay awarded Inside Drive on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Weekdays 11 to 1 with Ryan Mulvey.
I love it.
Covering the biggest stories, breaking news, the latest trades, and taking your calls. The Inside Drive is live and local middays from the Gulf Plus studios.
Happy anniversary.
Becky was on roids.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the 4th of July mattress sale going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on all Tempur-Breeze mattresses. Tempur-Pedic, made in the USA. And available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Get ready to discover new adventures this summer and hit the road in a new 2025 Kia Telluride from Bill Bird Kia. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 3.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Telluride during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Experience what everyone's talking about. Stop by for a test drive today and discover the perfect fit, featuring spacious 8-passenger seating, premium interior, and advanced safety and technology features. Bill Bird Kia, the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours this summer and a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Telluride with $2,253 per $1,000 financed at 48 months. Quality limit cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7725.
It's the 4th of July mattress sale going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on all Tempur-Breeze mattresses. Tempur-Pedic, made in the USA. And available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Now back to the Inside Drive. Live and local from the Gulf Plus studios. This is not for the casual fan. This is for the warriors. This is for the legends.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Your home for the Atlanta Braves. Another game coming up tonight against the Mets. Had a nice little victory yesterday for those Atlanta Braves over they were tied for first in the division, those New York Mets, but I believe they lost to Philly and then now lost to the Braves last night 3-2. Another game coming up tonight for your Atlanta Braves. That'll be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida following the afternoon underdogs. Coverage will go right after the show ends and then first pitch at 6:10. Your Atlanta Braves are proudly sponsored by Bill Bird Kia, PCB Hobby, Panama City Toyota, Hewitt Tire and Auto, and Hometown Towing, and also Best Way Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Mid-South Lumber, and, of course, Brock Pest Control. Max.
Yes.
All hail the Big Thumper.
The big thump.
The big dumper. Sorry, dumper just sounds...
He is a big thumper, though.
Yeah, he's certainly thumping that ball out.
Crushed the Cubs.
That is for sure. He hit his 32nd home run last night, which puts him on pace for 67 home runs this year. Obviously an impressive stat on its own, but astounding coming from an everyday catcher like Raleigh, who's also a great defender behind the plate. Any fantasy owner will tell you how hard it is to find an elite offensive catcher. Yeah. He's 28 and one of the best in baseball right now. He's also a switch hitter from both sides of the plate. He's also on track to post the best offensive season for a catcher in history, at least by certain metrics.
Yeah.
Raleigh already has the most home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break, surpassing Johnny Bench's 28. He's on pace for about 10.7 FWAR, which would blow out Buster Posey's record by 9.8. The nickname, the Big Dumper, is just as juvenile as you hoped. Former Mariners teammate Jared Kelnick coined the nickname when he played 2 minor league games together and tweeted it out that Raleigh got promoted to the majors. It took off, and now kids are wearing custom jerseys with Big Dumper on the back. What do you think about his pace right now?
It's incredible. Most home runs in this many games since Barry Bonds' historic season. And this is without roids and
all that other asterisk.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this is a year with how the balls are traveling right now, they're not, quote unquote juiced balls. So it's even more impressive, honestly. He smoked the Cubs. He hit like 3 or 4 against us this weekend. But it's the more impressive thing too is like the grueling of being a catcher, and usually catchers get at least 1 or 2 days off a week, and he's DHing every day because you can't keep that guy out of the lineup.
No, he's just hitting too well. I mean, you can't sit him down.
He's honestly like the most offensively talented catcher probably since I guess JT Realmuto was in his prime. He was hitting 3 sometimes, but what he's doing, I hope he keeps the pace. It'd be cool. I mean, I'd love to see him break Judge's regular season record too.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, it's, like you said, it's a catcher, and you just don't see this really ever very often from catchers. And I guess the Mariners bought out Raleigh's arbitration years ago with a 6-year, $105 million deal that in March that both pays Raleigh more than he would have gotten under the current system, and already appears to be a steal.
Definitely is.
So obviously a great job there by the Big Dumper. If I was a Seattle fan, I would certainly have to get one of those jerseys.
I can tell you love saying it.
Well, it's just dumper. What a nickname. What a nickname that it is. Max, I know we got the trade deadline coming up here pretty soon in Major League Baseball. Who are some of the big names you think might be on the move?
Yeah. Locally, I'd say for the Braves, Ozuna, Sean Murphy, both probably available. I don't know, Dave probably can weigh in more on that too. But Diamondbacks will be big sellers since they lost Corbin Burns. They're still middling, but in the NL West, it just doesn't make sense with the Giants being buyers too. I think they're going to likely move Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, and Eugenio Suarez, who would be a good bat for anyone to pick up just because he's hitting, I think he has 24 homers on the year, 25 homers.
Nice. Wow.
A few grand slams too. But those would be the biggest names. Aroldis Chapman, a couple more relievers. I'm sure the A's wanted to move Mason Miller, but he's been pretty bad this year, so I don't think he'll be available. It's going to be weird to see what the Braves do, honestly, because they're floundering, but they obviously have the talent on their roster. So I think Chris Sale breaking his ribs might help Braves fans with keeping Chris Sale. Sandy Alcantara is another name to watch with the Marlins, but he's started to look like the Sandy of late, so I could see him requiring a higher paycheck, or higher payload, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. And your Chicago Cubs, I know you just mentioned the Big Dumper got all over you guys this past series, but still looking good. Got a 3.5 game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. You guys, do you start the series against St. Louis tonight, or did that start yesterday?
Started last night.
Okay.
We got smoked last night. It's starting to catch up to us. We've been without our top 2 pitchers for about a month and a half, and our ace is out for the year. He's getting Tommy John.
Yeah.
Thanks, but our pitching's starting to regress. Since May, we have like a 4.80 ERA, so we'll be buyers. I think we'll probably get another arm within the week. But yeah, big series in St. Louis. That's one of the biggest downsides, honestly, to interleague play, is that divisional games are so more like far and few between. Like, I can't remember the last time it took till the end of June that we played the Cardinals. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's your... Yeah.
We barely played division games, too. Like, we played the Pirates a couple times and the Reds, but that's not...
And then, obviously, prior to the interleague switch, you were doing a lot of stuff.
I mean, I like interleague because it's fun to play all the different teams, but I still wish there was that heavier focus on playing your division just because... I mean, it's just like football or anywhere else.
Yeah.
Those games just feel like they mean more.
No doubt. And that's what the SEC's slogan, it just means more.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Do the Shants have any like big MLB names or prospects that are?
I mean, they're Caden Bodine, the catcher. He's projected to go first round. Obviously, Jacob Morrison was a Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, although didn't have a great outing in the game too. But he's projected to go first round as well. So yeah, they got some good names in there.
Cool, yeah.
And they've had a lot of people kind of come through and go out and make it to the league. But I don't know if anybody as I don't want to say polarizing, but as big of a draft prospect as Caden Bodine is. So I'm looking forward to see where he lands and how long it takes him to get to the majors, because he is certainly a fantastic catcher. His pop time is wonderful, and obviously what they talked about at length, him framing the ball so well. I kind of wish they wouldn't have made such a big deal about that. I feel like that might have tipped off the officials or something like that. Did it really matter? I doubt it, but to kind of give all his secrets out using whatever you call that to learn how to...
Yeah,
it's just weird. I mean,
in motion.
Yeah, I mean, he catches everything in motion. It's wild, and most catchers, like when I watched baseball growing up, they just kept it where they wanted the pitcher to throw it, and a lot of these catchers nowadays don't even have the glove up when they're getting ready. Like that's trust in your pitcher, that's for sure.
As much as I dislike him, that's something Yadier Molina was so good at.
Gotcha.
Those intangibles that you don't see, and that's why you see some of these teams still carrying those catchers who are hitting 190 just.
Because they're worth their weight in gold when it comes to the fielding side of things. But we'll see how the rest of the awards shake out there for I know he's up for the Buster Posey Catcher of the Year award, so good to see him. Obviously, they'll probably, regardless of them not winning the College World Series, it still brought so much attention to the program. Obviously, when they won in 2016, it was kind of game-changing. But when you make it to the finals and you can get all that hype and excitement, they're about to open a 90,000 square foot indoor football facility.
Wow.
So they're kind of moving. They're moving the whole. Football's been good, but it's never been like fantastic. They got to the.
Who was that quarterback who?
Grayson McCall.
Grayson McCall,
yes, Grayson McCall. Yep, he's retired from football, and he is now coaching. I think he's helping out with Coastal's coaching staff, because I think he had that last hit he took where he got just hit directly in the head, compressed in spine and all that.
Yeah, it's an eye-opener.
Basically, his doctor said, look, you're risking not being able to, walk or any of that stuff again. You should probably sit back and not play football anymore. But that's a risk when you go out there. And he was a running quarterback, and he went up the middle quite a few times, and you can only take so many hits to the head. That is for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe he'll coach against Jordan Travis.
Yeah, there you go. Jordan Travis. That was another. But I think we talked about that on the show before I left. He still made like $800,000, so he should be able to do a little with because he had a signing bonus. Nothing crazy, but something. So obviously
always be a legend in Tallahassee.
Yeah, no doubt. He will go down as one of the most fan favorite. I don't know. He's definitely not the best quarterback to ever play at Tallahassee. With all the guys that came through. It's also cool. We did the QB Vision Camp as part of the beginning part of before we went to Orlando and then Jacksonville and all that stuff. And they had Danny Warfel was a guest speaker there, which was pretty cool. I missed him because I had to get an MRI that morning and then went over and met Liam, but he got to see it and all that stuff. So that was
who's Liam's favorite quarterback right now?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Yeah.
It's because I just beat that Niners into his head. But no, he's a big fan. He likes the underdog kind of story mentality, all that stuff. So yeah, when people ask him who his favorite is, he always says.
Who's his second favorite then?
Ooh, I might have to ask him that. That's a great question.
I'd be curious. There's none.
That's I'd almost have to speculate what that would be.
Yeah.
I sure as hell hope he wouldn't say Patrick Mahomes.
I was gonna say, what if he says Mahomes?
Then he, I don't know. That would.
Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, I know the answer. C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about Liam?
Yep.
Yeah, I was on the phone back. Yeah.
Yeah. CJ Stroud would be number 2 for
I hope
sure.
he bounces back strong this year.
I think he will.
I'm in between on that. I want him to, like, football fan wise, as a Titans fan, it's like, hey, take another step back, brother.
Yep. Let more distance.
He's so cool. There was a video. They were at Top Golf or maybe a golf simulator. Yeah, and CJ Stroud, like Bryce Young, looked clueless to how to swing a golf club, and CJ Stroud comes up, is like, bro, no. Yeah, great guy though.
Do you think Bryce Young will be good this year? What's the verdict on that guy?
I mean, I never really thought that he was going to have that great of an NFL career because of size, right?
Yeah.
And then, he gets benched last year. Looks like it was going to go that direction, and then bounced back. I just don't think that the Panthers have done enough really to build that offensive lineup for him. We'll have to see. Hope the best for him, but again, that size. I mean, when you see that golf video, just shows
he's tiny.
He is small, man.
Especially standing next to CJ Stroud, who's
right?
Not short by any stretch of the imagination. They retained their entire offensive line. They did.
Is that good or bad?
I think I don't know if that's a positive thing, but he did look, like David just said, he did look better.
And
towards
Canales
the end of
is
the year.
a good coach. I mean, he's working with nothing over there.
It's tough stuff. But yeah. Purdy, CJ Stroud, I think those are his 1 and 2. He's also he's starting to like different jerseys and stuff now too. So he's also a DeAndre Swift fan, which I don't know how I feel about that being on the Lions, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
I can only push so much.
Wait, is DeAndre Swift back?
No, he's on a different team now.
Well, where is he at?
Is he still with the Bears? Or we
That's what
I thought, because I didn't think we still had him.
Was I thinking probably...
Well, Swift was with the Lions.
Yeah.
Not last year, but the year before. Then he went, was he?
He was with
Eagles
last year.
Yeah, he was definitely with the Bears last year. That's the last.
Bears.
He's still with the Bears.
That's not the name then.
Who's the other running back that well, you got
Gibbs?
Khalil.
Gibbs, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Gibbs. I don't know why I said Swift. I just thought Lions.
I was going to say, I was like, that's a niche running back for him to like.
He likes the mid-major guys.
He was playing
underdog story.
He was playing college football when Liam was like born.
Yeah,
DeAndre Swift.
You're right. Oh man,
Liam's jersey closets like Brock Purdy, DeAndre Swift, Adam Thielen, just the underdog.
Oh,
the
goodness.
Legitimate afternoon underdog,
Yes.
Liam Mulvey.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you want for Christmas this year? A Cole Kmet jersey.
Oh yeah, no Bears jerseys. I doubt that'll happen. But we got to go ahead and take a quick break. When we get back, it'll be time for our afternoon delight debrief. You're listening to Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
The Kevin Durant situation in Houston feels a lot like the Aaron Rodgers situation with the Jets.
Oh, no.
This is not where, I'm just going to put it out there. Like, obviously, this won't be the place where he's had the most success in his playing career, but this will be the thing that we remember the most.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Tuesday. A chance of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine this afternoon and evening with a wind coming out of the south-southwest around 10 miles per hour and the high of 91. Tonight, look for a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies with a temperature near 79. Tomorrow, a high around 90 and some sun in the morning, but otherwise scattered thunderstorms. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get ready to discover new adventures this summer and hit the road in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. You'll find the perfect balance with comfort, safety, and technology. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Bill Bird Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000 1,000-mile warranty. See us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento with $1,748 per 1,000 financed in 60 months. Quality's limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is the Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7725.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida. Broadcasting from the Gulf Plus Studios. It's the Inside Drive.
Skyrockets in flight.
And now, the afternoon delight debrief with the three degenerates from the Inside Drive.
Afternoon delight.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Skyrockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 104.3 here in Panama City Beach, and all the beautiful surrounding areas here in Northwest Florida. It is hot. Drink lots of water. Make sure you stay hydrated, especially if you're going outside. If you're running around, all that stuff, well, you're probably a little crazy, but at the same time, hydrate up. And it's good. It's good. Stay hydrated. Hydrate the night before as well if you know you're doing something outside the next day. You can download our free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. All you got to do is search 104.3. And then if you do have Alexa, you can just ask Alexa to open the ESPN Northwest Florida app. I think you can do the same thing with Siri, but we seem to be pushing the Alexa side of things, and that's fine.
And what's up with that? All them green messages and whatnot. Goodness gracious.
It's confusing. It's confusing. At least now you have the red receipts on there. So if somebody doesn't turn it off and they have a green, well, you never knew before, now you know.
Yeah, there you go.
But yes, ESPN Northwest Florida. Download that free mobile app. Head over to ESPNPC.com. Sign up for Scorpion TV. $41.99 a month. Over 5,000 channels on demand. College football, NFL is starting up here in, what do we say, about 76 days in the NFL side of things and 56-ish days for college football.
Yeah.
So it's getting awful, awful close. And if you want to watch all the games you can, there's only one place to go, and that is Scorpion TV. Again, ESPN NW is the code, $41.99 a month. You cannot beat that. And also, if you're a movie buff, we got over 10,000 movies on demand. We are hanging out here inside the Golf Plus PCB studios right here. We appreciate Alan Watson sponsoring our studio. Go check them out for all your golf needs. If you're playing golf this time of year, you're probably a little bit crazy or a golf nut, because even at 8 o'clock in the morning, it is still wicked, brutally hot. And, I guess if you're a glutton for punishment on both the course and being outside sweating like crazy, go play some golf. But if you want to get better at golf, go check out Golf Plus right there in the Edgewater Shopping Plaza right next to Firefly. I think they had a new business, too, coming in as well. But go see Alan. He'll get you fitted. He'll get the right clubs in your hand. And his staff is not commissioned, so they'll sell you what is best for you, not because Callaway or TaylorMade is doing some kickbacks or something like that. Again, repair, retail, and club fitting. Go check out Golf Plus. We appreciate them being our studio sponsor. All right, it is time for the Afternoon Delight Debrief. I have not done one in, I believe, since May, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe my last day was May 29th, 30th, something like that, because June 1st was a Sunday, June 2nd was a Monday, and we were over at the QB Vision Camp. So it
was it? I mean, I feel like that's right, because that's when my niece was born, May 29th, and I believe...
Yeah, May 30th would have been my last show.
And that was my baby brother's birthday.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So, yeah.
Man, that's crazy. It's been 24 days,
24 days.
Well, 25, technically speaking.
True story. True story. I'll start with I don't know if you guys talked about this one or not, but you know what? I don't really care if you did, because I've got all these lined up for everybody. This is a local Afternoon Delight Debrief. This is from WJHG.com back earlier this month on June 12th.
You've been saving them up, huh?
I have. I've been saving them, and we'll see how long they last. But anyway, 8 arrested in DMV fraud scheme. Bay County, Florida. 8 people have been arrested after a joint investigation by the Bay County Sheriff's Office and Homeland Security Investigations, where illegal immigrants were allegedly paying to get fraudulent driver's license. About a month ago, we began investigating that individuals within the Bay County Tax Collector's Office were issuing fraudulent driver's license to aliens. Illegal aliens, not actual aliens. But hey, that would have made the story just a little bit better, said Bay County Sheriff Tommy Ford. Investigators say suspicious driver's license transactions were occurring at the Bay County Tax Collector's Office, and 2 DMV employees were financially compensated to provide driver's licenses to those who did not qualify for them. Analysis of financial records confirms that the employees were receiving large sums of currency from numerous sources, Sheriff Ford said. Investigators say individuals were traveling from across the state, some as far as Miami, to get licenses without taking proper tests. These weren't minor shortcuts. These were intentional acts of corruption where individuals paid bribes in exchange for skipping critical safety evaluations, said Sheriff Ford. The 2 employees arrested, Boncelli Velasco and Demetrius Smith II, are both from Panama City. Velasco has been charged with 9 counts of DMV employee issue unlawful driver's license and 9 counts of official misconduct. Smith has been charged with 8 counts of DMV issue unlawful driver's license is 8 counts of official misconduct. Authorities seized $120,000 from the homes of the 2 arrested. Bay County investigators said Velasco and Smith were using third parties to act as intermediaries, including individuals from organizations. One of those was Cuba Max, located in Callaway. Cuba Max is a company that processes immigration documents. According to investigators, Cuba Max was acting as a referral source for those trying to get driver's licenses fraudulently. Those arrested as intermediaries included the following individuals from Panama City. Nervis Rosales, who owned and operated Cuba Max, is facing 24 counts of DMV employee-issued fraud driver's license and 24 counts of official misconduct. Leonardo Gutierrez faces 7 counts of DMV-issued fraud driver's license and 7 counts of official misconduct. Huang Du is facing 36 counts of principal DMV-issued fraud driver's license and 36 counts of official misconduct. There were several other people also arrested in this particular scheme, however you want to say it. The tax collector's office says action will be taken to keep this from happening again. We've had a lot of opportunities for improvements, and I look forward to working with our state partners and law enforcement agencies to put those processes in place, said Perdue. The investigation is ongoing. Additional charges and arrests are expected. There you go. Don't get your driver's license fraudulently. I mean, it's so tough to get a driver's license anyway when you move to the state of Florida. Maybe that's why you saw some stuff going down in this particular section. All right, here's another one from the great country, not great country, but the large country of China. The story of this is from a Facebook post. China just used a smart drone to steer clouds and trigger rain without chemicals. Just pure AI and waves. China has just tested, this from June 13th, China has just tested an AI-powered weather control drone that steers clouds over farmland. A new chapter in climate engineering is quietly unfolding. Chinese researchers have successfully tested an autonomous drone system that manipulates cloud formation and induces rain over drought-hit farmland. The drone uses microwave pulses, not chemical seeding, and is guided by real-time atmospheric data streamed from the ground sensors and satellites. The aerial platform emits tuned energy waves that nudge water vapor clusters toward a coalescence. It doesn't inject foreign particles. Instead, it stimulates existing clouds to reach saturation. And because it's AI controlled, the drone adapts mid-flight based on humidity gradients, wind direction, and cloud density. These tests were conducted conducted over Inner Mongolia, where rainfall had been below average for 4 consecutive seasons. Within 22 minutes of deployment, rain began falling over a 7 square kilometer area. Local meteorologists verified that no artificial chemicals were used, just targeted energy and smart steering. This system marks a major shift from the traditional cloud seeding, which I thought was a conspiracy theory, which has been long criticized for environmental side effects. If scaled, such drones could bring precision drought relief to remote farming regions, especially with areas without access to irrigation infrastructure. Critics warn of unintended climate ripple effects, which happens when one region pulls rainfall from another. But the Chinese official argued that controlled trails and AI modeling can prevent such imbalances. They aim to develop an AI weather routing network by 2030. The sky, once untouchable, is now programmable. And the next battle over climate control may not be in nature, but who commands the algorithms.
Who does control the algorithms?
Sounds like China right now.
Allen Iverson.
Yes, Allen Iverson indeed. Oh, goodness. Let's see. I got some more. Max, if you got any, feel free to jump in. But I've got, this is kind of a short one. But let's see. Man skipped work for 6 years and only got caught when he was nominated for an award. Joaquin Garcia, an employee of a water treatment plant, reportedly skipped work for 6 years without raising suspicion. Despite his absence, he kept receiving his salary. The situation only surfaced when he was nominated for a service award. Garcia explained that he was assigned a position with no real task and spent this time studying independently. After discovery, he was fined but insisted he'd never been given any actual duties.
Wow.
You know,
so it was like a 6-year vacation.
Pretty much.
Paid.
Well, he was studying something. I don't know what he was studying.
That's so vague.
Yeah, it's definitely
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, AI. All right. Missing drunk man spends hours helping a search party look for himself. I've been sitting on this one for a while. June 3rd is when I saved this one.
Okay, let's go.
A man in Turkey unknowingly joined the search party looking for him and spent hours with them before realizing he was the missing person. Local media reports. Bayan Matulo, 50, had been drinking with friends on Tuesday when he wandered into a forest in Bursa province. When he didn't return, his wife and friends alerted authorities, who organized a search. Matulu then encountered a search team and decided to join their efforts, NTV reported. When rescuers called out his name, he responded, "I am here." He was later separated for questioning, reportedly saying, "Don't punish me too harshly, officer. My father will kill me." Police then took him home, though it's unclear if any fines were issued.
That's awesome.
I echo, man. That is awesome.
That's drinking.
I'm surprised that guy's not from Florida.
Yeah, it sounds like a Florida man.
Yeah, where was that?
It's in Turkey.
Oh, in Turkey.
Yeah. What a turkey.
He might have been visiting. Turkey. Well, he was might have been from Florida.
I love that he was on the search.
wait, guys! I think I found him. He's over here.
Looking at a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Does that guy got brown hair, brown eye? Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. All right, here's another one for all you video game players. Video games are often criticized for dueling the mind, but a new research suggests they might actually enhance it. A 2024 study in Nature Human Behavior followed by nearly 100,000 people in Japan and discovered that owning a video game console significantly improved mental health and overall life satisfaction. Participants reported reduced psychological distress and greater daily happiness. Using a natural experiment, console lotteries held during COVID, the researchers confirmed that these benefits were directly linked to gaming. It's not about avoiding life sometimes, it's about rediscovering joy. So for all you video gamers out there, maybe it's not such a bad thing. It's like when our parents used to say, "Don't sit so close to the TV, you're going to ruin your eyes." I don't know if that was a real thing or not.
Just trying to balance my mental happiness.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I feel like the the closer my eyes are to a screen for a longer time, like it does put a strain on them.
You get
for
stressed for sure. That's like when our parents told us not to turn off the light when you were driving in your car because it makes it tougher to see. That was proven to be false.
Well, they used to tell us it was illegal.
Oh, dang! He's like, don't turn that on. It's not.
I've heard a lot of parents say that was illegal, but it's not illegal. But I feel like it does. I don't know. My truck at nighttime, if it's like the humidity that we have here and everything, I'm running my windshield wipers constantly because I don't have a defrost. So when that light does come on, and there's a little bit of a glare.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's a little bit of a different situation.
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
a lot of stuff on your windshield already. So
hopefully not everyone's out there just thugging it like me.
I mean, more kudos to you. The fact that you can drive around without that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I wouldn't find it impressive. It's annoying.
Yeah, but you're handling it with such grace.
All because of you, brother. All because of you. I look at you and I'm like, how can I be more like Ryan? There's two guys I want to be like.
Grace.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. You guys didn't compliment me on my Dare shirt.
I should have. We just got I
wanted to make a comment on it. That's an OG.
It is. They sell them on Amazon.
What is it? What is it now? It's a different acronym. Right?
I don't even. Do they still do it? I feel like it turned more people on to drugs than it did actually.
Dare to do drugs.
Like
drug abuse resistance education to resist drugs and violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did a play about it.
That one's
bouncing around in powder.
So I guess they did change the little 4 words at the bottom and made it 5.
Keeping kids off drugs.
To resist drugs and violence.
Drug abuse resistance education.
I said drugs abuse resistance education.
Beat that into your head when you were a kid. And you're like, you know what? I was taught a lot about drugs when I was growing up. Maybe I should dive in.
It's called keeping it real now.
Keeping it real.
Keeping with the apostrophe after.
Like they don't even.
Oh, it's not even the whole word spelled out.
Keeping it real.
They're 2G for the G, my friend. Keeping it real. Like that's. Whew.
What if it was turned out to just be some big giant scam?
I looked
at
up
the drug dealers that the people in South America started.
Drugs are really enjoyable.
Nice. There you go.
I don't have a Reddit or anything, but I just Googled, is Dare still a thing? And someone posted this in Raleigh, North Carolina's Reddit. And someone said no, because people realized programs like Dare taught children more about how to obtain and abuse drugs versus preventing drugs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know any of that prior to the Dare program. That's not saying I was doing it, but
it's just pretty funny. That was like totally counterintuitive.
It really, I think it was.
It's like the people who go to therapy or whatever, and then they're like learning how to utilize the things to become more narcissistic.
Yeah, wild stuff.
That's actually really funny. It backfired.
Yeah,
it did.
It makes me think of all like the things that have changed. Like, remember like the food pyramids, and they said you had to turn the food pyramid upside down because they were teaching us the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's like who signed off on these things?
Yeah, maybe we should have looked at this pyramid before we sent it out to the world.
Yeah,
like I know where their head's at, but like Dare is like way too cool of an acronym, and like even that shirt's cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's like, yeah, it's okay, I get it.
First word's drugs.
They'd always have like the cop come in there, showing the gun. They'll be like, yeah, you'll be in these
Didn't
cups.
they used to say something about like your grandma's like, don't steal from your grandma to go buy drugs, stuff like that.
So that's how I acquire them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, grandma's purse. That's right. That was wild times. Whew. And they made you do plays about it where you were singing. Like, let's just ingrain this in people's heads over and over
Keeping
again.
it real. It's lowercase k, lowercase I, capital
R.
R-E-A-L. So the acronym is K-I, capital R.
So K-I-R. Wild.
Kier.
Well, if you want a Dare shirt, you can get them off Amazon. They're really not very expensive. I think it was like $14, $15.
Hey, that goes to a good cause, right?
Yeah, sure.
Whoever's making the shirts, they making their pockets $15 larger.
There you go. There you go.
Some kid made a knockoff of that exact shirt.
Oh, I'm sure there's
And they just
some
put
good
an N, so it says darn, and it says, now I'm addicted to drugs.
Oh, yikes. That is
It's a top seller, it says.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
Oh, man. That's unlocked so many memories.
Right? Oh. It was like it was in elementary school, right? And it was every year, like your grade level had to do a play,
Yes.
right? It's wild
Because you
stuff.
Dare, food pyramid, and Then we had, this is going to date you a little, we had Rachel's Challenge, which was like, they talk about, it was like someone who passed away from Columbine, so we had to learn about why you shouldn't bring a gun to school.
Gotcha.
But it's like a whole day thing, and it was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, kids bring guns to school.
Yeah, I think that was an effective program, unlike DARE.
Yeah, I mean,
You combine the two, it's not good.
I mean, that thing, should be kind of common sense.
The name would be DARE.
A lot of things.
DARE to Challenge.
Oh, Dare Rachel to Challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, anyway, Netflix is coming back out.
From Dare to Truth or Dare.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. We're back. If you didn't know, we're back here
Let's
on the
spin that
Inside
bottle.
Drive.
Who's going to say that?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Anyway, Netflix is dropping Quarterback Season 2 on July 8th. It'll feature Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins again, as well as Jared Goff. So if you enjoyed the quarterback and the wide receiver, they're bringing back another quarterback season on Netflix.
So that's cool. So they did quarterback, took the year off because they couldn't find 4 guys, did wide receiver, and then they're going to go back to quarterback. I like that, though.
Yeah.
That way, it would have been cool to see maybe running backs or something, but I like this. So next year you could do running backs and then go back to quarterbacks. But
with quarterback being kind of the main thing. And Cousins, I don't know, he got signed for another season, so.
Wait,
Kurt's back. He was probably
going to talk about, the improvement of Michael Penix Jr. has been notable during the film set.
If you watch the trailer, it talks about that. And he was like, I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Is Penix going to be the starter
yes.
this year? Heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, but I mean, Kirk Cousins, he's what, made hundreds of millions of dollars?
Best agent.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's good for ever, that's for sure. But I know we got to take a quick break.
He walked so Purdy could run.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I like that. He walked so Purdy could run. You guys are listening to The Inside Drive. We are officially back after that Afternoon Delight debrief segment. When we get back, we're going to talk some FIFA Club World Cup and maybe some PGA Tour golf action. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
I know you like that. I know you like that.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
I was born and raised a Razorback fan. I guess that curse is real, Paul.
That's the hard part of this, is that guy's going to catch that 19 out of 20 times. Arkansas did everything it could to win the game and then managed to have this jinx come and suck the life out of them.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Tuesday. A chance of thunderstorms and mostly sunshine the remainder of the day with a gentle breeze at 10 miles per hour out of the south-southwest, and look for it to be 91. Tonight, there will be a likelihood of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies with the temperature reaching 79. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow with the high of 90. This weather is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting is a fifth-generation contracting company based right here out of Bay County. TK Vandy's expertise in commercial and residential roofing, as well as a design-build general contractor, set them aside as a versatile and fresh alternative to achieve your construction needs. Contact TK Vandy Roofing, 850-866-9908, or email support@tkvandy.com. They can't wait to help you.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Looking for an unbeatable deal on a pre-owned ride? Head straight to Tommy Autos, 2209 West 15th Street. An amazing selection of quality used vehicles under $14,995. Our friendly sales team is geared up to help you discover the perfect match for your needs and your wallet. Plus, we guarantee a hassle-free experience. Buy here, pay here. Financing options are available, and everyone is approved. You'll find incredible value and service that shines. You gotta come to Tommy Autos, 2209 West 15th Street.
Now back to the Inside Drive Live and local from the Gulf Plus studios. Spreads, picks, and parlays. Get the breaking news, insider angles, and expertise so you can run your game.
I told y'all to run that.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey, ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back. Listen to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. The Big Dumper was being compared to Barry Bonds there on the Pat McAfee show. And what you said, David, made me think of Shane Gillis when he talks. Have you seen his Netflix stand-up?
A couple. Doesn't he have multiple?
He's got a few, but like his first big one was when they were talking about when Jackie Robinson first came into the league, and he was talking about how like we were cool back then. We talking about see Sonny here, and you kind of said that with the big
drive to left field in the first row for Cal Raleigh.
He's like Jackie Robinson comes up to the plate. See, it's out of the park, and that's when we stopped talking cool, and we changed to how we talk now. Today.
I have seen that.
He's so funny.
He is so funny. Doesn't he kind of look like Babe Ruth too?
A little bit.
Yeah, so he should get out there with a little driver's cap on and everything. Yep. But the way that you said, that was so
Sonny
good.
boy. Jackie Robinson up to the plate, hits it out of the park, and now we talk like this. He's hilarious. His Trump skit too. Not to keep talking about Shane Gillis, but he is hosting the ESPYs.
Yes,
so it's kind of related to sports.
It's very related.
But when he does the Trump skit about when they killed Osama bin Laden, and he's talking about Abu, he's like, "Don't cry, Abu. It's okay, Abu." Imagine being attacked by dogs and robots.
It's like an NBA press.
Yes.
Abu cried. I wouldn't have cried.
Yeah,
he cried like a dog.
It's funny because he's teaching. I don't know if you know Bobby Lee, but he's on Santino and Bobby Lee's podcast, like Tiger Stripes or something. No. Bad Friends, and he's teaching Bobby Lee how to do the Trump impersonation. He's like, you got to go. He's like, no, you got to do yours first. Shane's telling Bobby, you got to do yours first, and he's like, oh, that's terrible. Yep. That's terrible. He's like, you got to come from the back of the throat. It's great.
He does a fantastic
phenomenal.
Trump, no doubt. Pivoting from that fun conversation to the FIFA Club World Cup, Max Delight. What do you think about this FIFA Club World Cup?
Yeah.
Kind of a new stab that the Federation of International Football or what does FIFA stand for?
Man, I don't even get it.
Something International Football Association.
Of International Football Association.
I quizzed David one time, and he got it right.
Nice.
But what do you think about this attempt at a
I'm trying to think of a good comp for it. I mean, like, quality-wise, it's like the John Deere Classic, I guess, which is coming up soon.
Yeah, but, it is.
It's really missing. I mean, so PSG played Atletico at like the Rose Bowl Stadium, which is cool because that like sold out as like 82,000 fans. But when you're doing all these random teams from all over,
nobody really knows.
Yeah, there was like a South Korean team. It was like Ulsan against, oh man, I don't even remember.
Yeah,
some small Latin American team, 3,200 fans. Like, and then like the USA doesn't have they have the Gold Cup going on for international soccer. Yep. Another not so like great tournament, and we don't have a lot of our guys playing. It's really tough because soccer, like, this is their like 1 to 2 month off season. They have a really long season, and I know soccer gets a lot of grief from people, but it's still grueling to run 6-7 miles and cut like that and travel.
Heat.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. That's
so like,
for sure.
I mean, it'll be cool to have someone win, and like a lot of the coaches, like Luis Enrique, who's the coach of PSG, who just won the Champions League too. He's like, it's great for European soccer fans because they're like, oh, we don't have a break. Now, it's kind of like World Baseball Classic filling in the gaps for baseball, but
gotcha.
He's like, the quality's not great, and like, it's not good for the players. He's like, because we have the World Cup coming up too, which will be awesome. The U.S. needs to get dialed up for that, but yeah, it's just not. It doesn't move the needle enough. It's just kind of forcing it, I guess, which I like it in theory, but it needs to be like during the soccer season, not
kind of like what the NHL did with the. What was that called?
Four Nations.
The Four Nations, which I'm still a massive fan of over the All-Star break.
I mean, it did better viewing ratings-wise than what the actual Stanley Cup did, which blows my mind.
It's because Canadians are tired of Floridian teams winning Stanley Cup championship. We got a caller on the line. Got our good friend, Michigan Eddie. What is up? Let's hear it. Let's hear the Cajuns.
Go Blue, try to right there. Hey, I used to play soccer, right? Play a little bit of college ball, play high school ball. Our soccer players need to suck it up, and this load management crap is a bunch of bull. Our players should be playing how many matches do they play a week?
I think
Seriously.
1, 2, maybe?
Maybe one or two maybe, and they need a
2 or
break.
3 for the big guys.
Cry me a river, dude. When you put on that red, white, and blue, you're representing our country. You need to suck it up, buttercup. No excuses. That's why this generation thinks they're entitled, and they're becoming a bunch of wimps, man. And it all started with the stupid NBA, bro, with their load management crap. You're getting paid millions of dollars, and all I need to take a game off. The people back in our day did. The Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, Cal Ripken take any days off, bro. They're Iron Men, bro.
That is certainly the case.
So I don't hear no excuses. Oh, load management. That's a bunch of bull punky.
Bull punky. I hadn't heard the word punky in quite some time.
I would have said something else, but this is a family show.
It is. It is.
Family
Most of the time. Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
we're just
talking about
Dare.
and what was the other one?
Rachel's Challenge.
Rachel's Challenge.
Yes.
That's
And now keeping it real.
keeping it real.
Keeping it real with Rachel, daring to be different.
That's it. That is it. Michigan Eddie, anything else you want to dive into? I agree with you a little bit there, but it is certainly a lot, to play.
And it stinks when the other country has more fans than your own country, the host country. That makes me sick to my stomach, too. Remember watching a Gold Cup game in Chicago, there was more Mexican fans than there were United States fans. That makes me sick, too.
Yeah. So you were talking about the Gold Cup, not the FIFA the FIFA Club Championship, whatever.
Well, that FIFA World Cup, whatever it is, whatever, man. But the Gold Cup should be selling out. There's empty seats there. The Gold Cup is a big tournament, right?
Yeah.
And we should be selling that out. There is no excuse why there's empty seats for the Gold Cup. Now, this little hunky-dory little tournament, okay, I get it, whatever, because, America does have a lot of sports. You got baseball and high drive right now. You just had the NBA playoffs. Hockey just said it. I get that. But for the Gold Cup, you need, if you're in that locale, man, you need to go to the game and support your United States. But here's the thing, too. Why are people going to go if the top stars aren't playing it?
Yeah, it's a double-edged
But I'll tell you
sword.
one thing. Tillman's making a name for himself. And my aisle, the forward, the left winger, I mean, awesome dude, man. But how many goals did they have called back against Haiti? 3, right? I mean, we dominated the second half in that game. And they're playing good. Those are dudes I want on my team. They're playing for each other, playing for the country, and not a bunch of prima donnas, bro. That's what soccer players are, a bunch of prima donnas.
Well, you can attend the CONCACAF Gold Cup quarterfinal at U.S. Bank Stadium up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and see both.
I ain't going to Minneapolis. I ain't going up there.
Well, it's only
no.
$67.70 for both quarterfinal games. And fun fact, ages 2 and older do need a ticket to attend. So all you 3-year-olds out there want to go to this, you have to make sure you have a ticket.
Yeah, because at 3 years old, you're definitely going to remember that memory of being at that game.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, can I say something? Not all soccer players are prima donnas, but you know the type of player I'm talking about when I say they're prima donnas.
We don't talk about groups of people here on the
that.
Inside Drive. We just talk about everybody. I was just kidding.
Anyway.
We don't single no one out. It's everyone.
It's everyone. But yes, United States, Costa Rica coming up on the 29th. That is the quarterfinal. And then on the other side, you got Mexico and Saudi Arabia. So the United States would only meet Mexico in the final, which very well could happen, but they got to get past a couple teams first. Anything else, Michigan Eddie, you want to talk about?
Just thank you for putting us in contact with Golf Plus with Alan.
Yes.
The Callaway clubs are doing good. Callaway hit her PR at Emerald Bay this weekend. So she's and Coach Jay, under Jay's tutelage. So she is well on her way to improving each and every tournament. And it was hot. And we had some weather on Saturday, so suspended play on hole 13. So she had to play 23 holes on Sunday.
Good for
now,
her.
I can just think what she went through. But think about the dad in the cart that was sweating his you-know-what off. You
took a cart?
Well, a spectator cart.
I understand.
I mean, I have to, with my stuff.
I know.
can't.
That's fair. That's fair. I will not criticize for that.
Yeah.
Next time, just it'll be a little bit cheaper to rent a pool cart and get someone to put you on the pool cart. And there you go.
You want to know what's amazing? It was cheaper to rent a golf course in Destin. It was $28 than it was last tournament in Foley, Alabama, where it was almost $50.
$50 for a spectator cart?
Yeah,
That's wild.
Did it have like giant Bluetooth speakers on it or something to make it worth that?
I kind of get it though, because from the operator side of things, when you host these junior tournaments, you're lucky to get $25-$35 from each round of golf. So, if you got to charge a little more for, and I'm not defending by any means, but I can also see why they're doing it, because you're taking up your tee sheet for a day and that kind of stuff. But I want to. All these kids, and you apparently, Mission Eddie, say PR now. It's just so funny. It's used like bet or that kind of stuff. Or it's like PR, like your personal record. Like, it's just so funny that kids are saying that now. It's
a big track in cross country.
Yeah. I mean, swimming, all those sports where, you have a personal record. But I mean, I guess it works for everything. It's just funny how all the kids they use all these different terms. And
you know what I'm getting sick of being called? I'm getting sick of being called bruh or bro.
Yeah.
I go.
You say bro all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I mean, it's different, but I go. I go to my kids. I go. I'm your father. I'm not your bro.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of disrespectful.
I'm not your bruh. I'm not your bro. And I got all my kids saying it, from the 12-year-old up until the 19-year-old saying it. Oh,
it sounds like a parenting problem. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just start tasing them every time they say bruh or bro, and eventually that's what's that Pavlov's theory.
I go to Eddie and Kentley. You call your mother and I that one more time, I'm taking your phone away, and you'll see what happens next.
And just start texting all our friends, bro.
I go. If I would have called my dad bro or bro when I was a kid, it would not have been pretty.
No.
Especially when you're in trouble and you're like, come on, bro, chill out, bro. It's like, okay, ground until next year. We'll see you later. After the whooping.
That's exactly what they say. They're like, bro, why are you getting mad?
It's wild being a parent nowadays.
Like I go to this Eddie and Kelly, I'm not mad. Oh, stop getting mad. I go, well, if you keep saying that, you're going to see me mad. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So keep on going.
My mom
I'm not even mad. I'm just talking a conversation. Like, why are you getting mad, bro?
God, kids this day and age, they need some DARE programs. That's what they need.
That's like telling your girlfriend or wife to relax, chill out a little bit, my mom, whenever I'd get in, like, bad trouble, she would... like, her right eye would twitch.
Ooh,
and she would look at me and it'd just be like, "Argh." And I remember one time, not even saying, like, calm down or anything like that, but just kind of, that line in that day and time was absolutely disrespectful to even mention the fact that she was, out of character. And, yeah, that was the last time I did that. Dad took care of that pretty quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. Times are certainly, I would say, this day and age, probably more the most challenging era, maybe, for being a parent. I don't have any history on that, so I don't know if that's 100%, but, some
It
crazy
is challenging, bro. It is.
Bruh.
I mean, it is, dude. I mean, back when we were growing up, it was dude. Like, I would call my boss at Harbor Master Family Dining, "What's up, dog? What's up, dude?" As a joke.
Simpler times.
And he would call me. "Hey, what's up, little puppy?" And still remember Dave. All the time. So, hey, here's something. Scott Forrest, if you're listening to me, I plead to you. Do not destroy the Detroit Tigers and be a greedy person and ask for some astronomical amount for Tarek Skubal. I mean, Skubal will get paid. Let's just be fair, because don't break the Tiger fans' hearts, man. Because Tarek Skubal is the heart and soul of that team with his demeanor. He epitomizes Detroit, blue-collar work ethic and all that. Please, Scott Forrest. Please, sir. Anyway, and all you yahoos that want Kerry Carpenter traded, everyone goes through slumps in baseball, man. It's one of the hardest games to play. You're mind games galore. So he's going to come out of it. He's battling hamstring. So you people that want to get rid of Kerry Carpenter, that he's on the downslide, no baseball. You guys are idiots.
You heard it here first.
Michigan Eddie, known baseball knower.
Scott Boras is definitely going to break your heart. He's soulless.
He's done it before. That's why I'm pleading to him. Please don't. I mean, evil agent. Evil.
That's, yeah.
What tracks. He's like Darth. He's like the MLB agent, like the Darth Vader of MLB sports agents or whatever, man.
Yeah,
it's like
somebody's
the
dad.
dark side.
Yeah.
Dark side, bro.
Well, your Tigers are looking pretty darn good right now, though, so hopefully he doesn't ruin that for you, and you guys can...
Yeah, they play the A's at 5:40.
There you go.
I got league pass for Eddie. Eddie's ramping up in football and baseball. And
You should have just signed up for Scorpion TV. It would have saved you a lot more money. All the regional, all the local, all the games you want to see. Right there at ESPNPC.com.
I'm good. I support enough of your sponsors, so I am good.
There you go.
Anyway.
There you go. I've only got 2, so appreciate you supporting them. That is for sure. Michigan, we got to take a quick break. I appreciate you calling in, and hopefully the USA can maybe get some people in there that you want to see in there.
But Uncle Sam wants you, Michigan Eddie. Uncle Sam wants you at the game today.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
They had me for the last 30-something years. I'm good.
No
anyway,
doubt. You've done your time.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
All right, man, I'm out.
All right, Michigan.
Go Blue Truck Day. Go Tigers, go Scooble, baby. I think it's Scooble Day today. I'm out there.
Bring those F-22s back to Tyndall.
Yeah.
As it's now the F-35s. We got to take a quick break. Final segment coming up next. You're listening to The Inside Drive.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The Dan Patrick Show.
10 years from now, when we look back, it's probably going to be Tyrese Halliburton. We'll remember because of the injury, how they had played. They forced a Game 7. OKC was the best team, but I think what the Pacers did created more headline conversation than what Oklahoma City did.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi folks, it's Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Did you know that we have a master jeweler right here in the store? That's right, she has over 20 years experience in the art of repairing jewelry. Most repairs are done within a week, so don't send your jewelry off for 6 weeks. Bring it to us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We size rings and solder chains. We can reset your diamond into a new setting and even custom design. You'll get your jewelry back quickly and looking as good as new. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, Bay County's trusted jeweler for over 50 years.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
Now in stock at Tomiano's.
2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude. Luxury at a value price. $13,995 or a 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport with one owner. Sporty and affordable. $11,995 at Tommy Autos.
Buy here, pay here. Financing options available. Everyone is approved. Tommy Autos, 2209 West 15th Street, Panama City. 850-960-8664. For the latest deals and specials, follow Tommy Autos on Facebook. Add tag, tax, and title.
Broadcasting from the Gulf Plus Studios, it's the Inside Drive. And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk.
Tell me what you know.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I think got a new exercise for us. While Max is here, we may not be able to get to every team. I may have to add more than 2 teams when we do this in the future, because I don't think there's 16 teams in the Big Ten and the SEC each.
Ooh, they might have 18.
18?
Oh, no.
In the Big Ten?
I don't know, since the merger.
The merger.
Well, because they got UCLA, USC, Oregon,
18.
and Washington.
18.
Yeah.
Dang. So yeah, we're gonna have to maybe do 3 or 4 in the future. But I'm gonna start with just 2 teams, one from the SEC, one from the Big Ten, as we are approaching, what I say, 56 days, something like that, to the start of college football season. 59 days, 71 to the start of the NFL season. So we're going to do a little win-loss action. Again, WinMax is here. I'll add however many to make it work before the season.
Good. I've been missing picking.
I know.
Yeah,
I was looking at some of my old picks when we did all the division winners. We really haven't done anything since. I blame Jay 100% on the pick'em side of things.
Who else? For sure.
There's nobody
we
else
need a scapegoat around here. So,
and with him not being here he's here on some Fridays. May have to reinstate that pick'em if he can consistently be here on Fridays.
It's also affected my Hard Rock to a little bit, because what I would do is I'd pick on here and then I would pick opposite on the Hard Rock, and so I would do terrible in Hard Rock but great here, and now I have nothing to be great at. So,
we'll institute this back in so you can be great again. Make David great again. All right, we'll start with your Indiana Hoosiers, Max. We're gonna
better than like make David mad again or something like that.
I don't want that one.
No MDMA.
Which is also what, methamphetamine?
No, MDMA is like Molly and stuff. Yeah.
I should have known that.
Yeah, come on, bro. Did you not pay attention?
Did they have Molly when we were going through Dare?
It was probably known as ecstasy. Well, ecstasy's different. Anyways, yeah. We don't need to have a whole Dare class today.
Maybe we do. I don't know. Let's start with the Indiana Hoosiers schedule for this season coming up. They start with a powerhouse from the Sun Belt Conference, the Old Dominion University.
Ooh, what are they?
Kings, Monarchs?
Yeah, Monarchs.
Monarchs.
Wow.
Max, you get to pick first.
Just that game?
Just win or loss. No, we're going through your whole schedule.
Oh, win.
All right. I'm also going win as well. David Hayes.
Oh, we're starting it off with a hot take here. No, win for sure.
I was about to break through the glass.
Oh, they followed up with another powerhouse, Kennesaw State. Don't ask me what their mascot is.
The Owls.
The Owls.
They first year in FBS last year.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
Indiana by 100.
100.
Yep.
Max dub.
Spread's probably going to be like.
It doesn't really get
points
juicy until a little bit further down.
Coach Sig doesn't let off the gas.
No, he does not.
Indiana State is the third game of the season for the Hoosiers.
That's another like 20 point spread.
Terre Haute, that's where I
Yep, there you go.
I will never forget that because of you.
They're the old Sycamores, right?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, good memory.
Was from the was it from baseball last year, I think?
Yeah.
When Indiana State was, didn't they make a run, or was it a different
I think it might have been basketball, because it was white.
guy.
What? He was white, so they gave him like a milk.
Yeah,
Big Dumper. I'm just kidding.
No.
I know what you're talking
The guy
about.
with glasses,
Yeah.
a bucket. He transferred to like SLU or somewhere.
I got to look it up now.
Yeah, I don't know that nickname. I mean, because he had a few of them, but like it had something to do with the color of his skin. Indiana State.
Kareem Abdul.
And I was going to say it had something to do with Kareem, but I wasn't sure.
Could make the Kareem. Yes,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All right. Getting into the start of the Big Ten schedule, Week 4, Illinois is on the docket for.
That's actually a really hard game.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna get it done. If it was at Illinois, I'd be very concerned.
Yes, home game there for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, they'll start off right in Big Ten competition, but yeah, Illinois is not a team that you just overlook.
It's a great win total over to take. By the way, it's like 7.5 or 8.5, and Illinois has like a schedule like Indiana did last year.
Oh,
and they returned the whole O-line. Altmaier's back, so
there you go. Oh, Drew Altmaier? Luke Drew, it sounds similar. For my good friend that is an Illinois fan, maybe even alumni, I'm going to take the Illinois Fighting Illini, the creative.
Themselves.
So that'll be Indiana's first loss of the season.
Tribe, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Long live the chief.
Yes, long live.
Didn't they remove that from?
Yep, cancel culture.
Yeah.
Dude, it paid homage to him.
Yeah,
it came out,
exactly.
everyone got hyped. They do the ding.
Yeah,
ding,
it's
ding.
awesome,
and then he comes out. Yeah, you just do the high clap. Comes out, he does some backflips. Everyone gets hype.
And I believe their mascot was from lineage.
It was from the Illinois tribe. Yeah. Fight Illinois, baby.
How do you? That's where cancel culture really cancels the common sense in my brain.
Illinois is really falling off. They lost the chief. They call Assembly Hall the State Farm Arena now. We have the real Assembly Hall. But
yeah.
That's my dad's alma mater. So I
was
grew
going
up
to say, you sure do know a lot about Fighting Illini.
I was a fan of them until I went to IU. I went to Indiana over Illinois. My dad went there, grew up, diehard.
Yeah.
Still should have won in 05. Roy Williams cheated. Our team was all fake classes. Rashad McCants. Sean May. Wasn't going to real classes.
That's what I love about Midwestern people, though. They know a lot about all. They'll be like, "Yeah, I'm from Chicago," but they'll be like, "Oh yes, those people from Wisconsin."
I just had a wedding in Champaign 2 weeks ago too, so that they played the.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool.
I love it.
Fresh.
Don't recommend going to Champaign though. If you like concrete and you like rundown concrete buildings, and it gets really dicey. You think like Columbia, South Carolina's bad? Whoa, go to Champaign. You can catch some heroin, catch some bullets.
Your promo for Champaign, Illinois, brought to you by Max Delighted.
And worst in-state tuition out of any state. Fun fact, $36K a year for in-state tuition.
You won't go there to pop bottles, but you might get popped in Champaign.
Correct. Yes. All right, moving right along. Your promo for Champaign, Illinois is now officially over as week 5. I think it's week. I don't have the buys in here. They're at Iowa.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I still think we're going to get that one done. It's going to be a tough one. That one could go either way. If we lose to Illinois and Iowa, though, I will be sad.
It's at Iowa?
It's at Iowa. First road game of the season.
I hate to do this because especially because of Max, but even beyond that, I pull for Indiana, but I'm going to go with Iowa.
That's fair. It's a brick wall of defense there.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of punts, I guess.
That's it. Bet the under in that game.
Yeah.
Next game on the road.
Who'd you pick there?
I picked. I got the loss at versus Illinois, but I got them.
We get back on track.
Back after the Fighting Illini. Let's go. But then it gets a little bit more challenging as they are on the road over there in Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, taking on the Ducks on the road.
What's that spread going to be, like 12.5?
I think it really depends, obviously, on what we see from Indiana moving into the season.
Yeah. But, Indiana's known to upset a big-time team once a year.
Could happen. I'm still going to take us losing, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, give me the quack attack.
Yeah, I got Dave Needs Ducks as well. Then you return home after the road trip to the coast to take on the Michigan State Spartans.
We're going to win that game. What a fall from grace Michigan State football's had.
Yeah.
That little run. Notre Dame does the fake field goal on them. Everything goes to...
Yep, that moment in time changed everything.
Yeah.
I've also got the dub returning back home after dropping the game against Oregon. Bounce back game.
Yeah, you had the Pacers utilizing yes sirs. I think this year, or at least in this game, it'll be the yes yers for the Hoosiers.
I like it. Next, staying at home, bringing over that Bruin team from UCLA with I think a pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah, they got the kid from Tennessee. I'm a label.
Yes, that's he's getting paid less money because of the taxes.
Decent is a fair descriptor
Decent.
Good against Vanderbilt and non-cons.
Rich is a pretty good descriptor of him as well.
Well,
he's paying those taxes.
Self-destructive,
Yeah.
All right, Max, what do you think? You beat the Bruins at home?
Yeah.
Give me Indiana.
All right. I will, not yet. There's still a few more games.
He said, I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah. So you got, all three of us have the Hoosiers at home against the Bruins. Next, traveling to the other side of the country, the coast, from your centrally located there, you'll be taking on the Maryland Terps on the road.
Yeah, should be all right. I'm not too worried about that one.
Dub?
Yeah, they don't have Baby Tua anymore.
Yeah.
Didn't they replace him with somebody else?
I'm not entirely sure. Haven't dove into the
Terps football.
Yeah, especially their recruiting. But they hey, you never know. I mean, recruiting, transfer portal, everything. I like their coach, though.
One of the kids we interviewed at that QB Vision thing last night, Femi Babaloa, it's one of his final 6 is Maryland.
Oh,
He's been recruited to a lot of really big-time places.
Femi Babaloa, that's a cool name.
Yeah, stud, too. He's like 6'4", throws the ball 1,000,000 miles an hour, just a really good kid.
Regardless of Maryland's quarterback, I want Indiana.
All right.
And I love Coach Loxley, but yeah.
All right, so you got Indy. I'm going to take Indy dropping this one on the road because they're looking ahead to the big game in Happy Valley the next week against the Penn State Nittany Lions on the road.
I hate to do it, but I'll take Penn State because of being at the house.
This is supposed to be Penn State's year, too, if I
That's what people are saying.
If I read correctly.
Yeah.
All right, then back home against...
we're losing at Penn State.
Okay,
for me too,
so three losses there to Penn State.
They're going to hose us. That's going to be under the lights.
That's going to be
a good social media week for Hoosier people, though, because they're going to reference the Michael Penix double overtime lean for
yeah.
the 2-point conversion. Or, Yeah. Penn State fans cry about that all the time.
All right, then last two
And that's
games.
what y'all are holding on to. No,
Hey, hold on.
No, you got
on.
last year to hold on to.
And then hopefully this year.
All right. Last two, just give me your picks for the last two because we are burning the candle on both ends. Home against Wisconsin, on the road against Purdue to end the season.
WW.
WW.
Big reputation
I'll add
game.
2 more of them W's to that.
I'm going to go L and a W.
Ooh.
Well,
So
I'm
I got-
losing to Slick Fick.
Slick Fick.
Who's the quarterback over there? Who was the old Miami quarterback who's been like kind of everywhere, right?
He's been-
Tyler Van Dyke.
Yes.
And he got injured, right?
Yeah, he wasn't looking bad till he got hurt.
Yeah. I got a 101 at Tyler Van Dyke.
This is a
In a
make-
Miami uniform.
Who has more pressure this year, Fickle or Hugh Freeze?
That's a good one.
Probably Fickle, I think.
I think Hugh Freeze needs to have a great season or the money's going to get tough and tight. Ironic that you said that. We're going to have to go through this one pretty fast, but I got Auburn's win-loss schedule. I'll just go one at a time. David, we'll start with you at Baylor.
Dub. Win.
Home against Ball State and then South Alabama.
Win-win.
Okay. On the road at Oklahoma.
On the road, I'll say win because they'll pay Oklahoma back for last year.
Got it.
This is Auburn.
On the road at Texas A&M.
Give me the Ags.
All right. First loss. Home against Georgia.
Give me Georgia.
All right. Home against Missouri.
Whoa.
This should be a good game.
Give me Auburn.
At Arkansas. That's a revenge game from last year when we lost at home. That's the game we went to.
Give me Arkansas.
All right.
I don't know much about them, but
Home against Kentucky.
give me Auburn.
All right. On the road against Vandy. Diego. He's had Auburn's
Because
number.
he opened up his mouth, give me Auburn.
And he's had Auburn's number. All right. Then the classic Auburn or Alabama game against Mercer at home.
Oh, give me Auburn.
And then the Iron Bowl
Give me
versus
Bama.
Alabama.
Hey, and with Diego Pavi, it's not like he was saying anything really negative. He was just exuding his confidence.
Yeah, no doubt.
Can I give you my quick?
Yeah, go.
Off the hip. All right.
I'll do mine after the fact because we got about a minute.
L to Baylor, W Ball State, W South Alabama, W Oklahoma, W at the Colt.
It's kind of one of those things that the away team wins a lot of those games. All
I
right.
like it.
We're at Georgia.
L versus Georgia.
All right.
W against Drink and the boys.
Okay.
W against Pittman and his man boobs. W against Kentucky. W over Vandy. W over Mercer. Oh boy, weird things happen at Jordan at night.
Yes, they
Auburn.
do.
I cannot wait for that game. So you got
All right.
Auburn in that one?
Hey, can we go back
don't
to
feel great
Indiana?
about it.
Can we go back to Indiana and just go all L's across the board? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Brian, you can knock this out. You got a minute.
All right.
Go.
Win over Baylor, win over Ball State, win over South Alabama. I'm going to go with a win over Oklahoma on the road, a win over A&M on the road, a loss to Georgia, a win over Missouri, a win over Arkansas, win over Kentucky. Actually, I'm going to go an L in Kentucky. That's the game that they shouldn't lose, and they end up losing.
No.
Win over Vandy, win over Mercer, and then win over Alabama. Hey, he's got to do it, or we're going to be in some big trouble.
I wanted to see Dave pick Mercer. I thought he was going to say it.
Hey, if I was picking with my heart, I would have.
Yeah, he was picking with his head on that one, so I appreciate it. But we about out of time.
Yeah.
All right, Braves game coming up tonight after the afternoon underdogs first pitch at 6:10. Great to be back in studio. I'll be back tomorrow with Ross in studio, and of course we got Keith Lemon coming up at noon. Y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. Stay hydrated, stay cool if you can, and I'll see you tomorrow.
ESPN Northwest Florida.